Look around your room right now. Look at the car in your driveway. Look at the clothes in your closet. Look at the phone in your hand. Society tells you that these are the rewards of a successful career. They tell you that every time you buy something slightly more expensive, you are moving forward in life. You are not. You are looking at the exact materials you used to build your own prison. Every time you get a promotion, every time you get a small raise, the system does not give you more freedom. It just tricks you into upgrading the size of your cage. You take on a bigger mortgage. You finance a better car. You upgrade your lifestyle to match your new income. And suddenly, the salary that was supposed to be your ladder becomes the chain around your neck. The corporate machine is brilliant. They did not have to spend a single dollar to build a prison for you. They just gave you a job title and convinced you to fund the cage yourself. And the most terrifying part? You only realize you are trapped when the weekend ends. Think about Sunday night. The sun goes down, and a very specific feeling starts to crawl into your stomach. Your chest gets tight. Your breathing changes. Psychologists call it the Sunday Scaries. They tell you it is just normal anxiety about returning to your desk. They are lying to you. The dread you feel on Sunday night is the grief of knowing that you are about to plug yourself back into the machine. You have been conditioned to accept that the weekend is a vacation. It is not. The weekend is a biological repair shop. You are given exactly 48 hours to fix the physical and mental damage caused by the previous 5 days. Just enough time to stop the bleeding, so you can function again. Monday is not a day of the week. Monday is a protocol. It is a reset button pushed by a machine you do not control. When the alarm rings on Monday morning, that is not the sound of a new day. That is the sound of your contract renewing. It is the signal that the extraction is about to begin. You think the 40-hour work week is a natural law, like gravity, like the sunrise. It is not. It is an invention. And it was not invented to make you productive. It was invented to keep you tired. Let us go back in time. The industrial architects of the 1920s figured out a terrifying mathematical truth. If a human being has too much free time, they start to think. If they think, they evaluate their existence. And if they evaluate their existence, they stop taking orders. So, the architects built a ceiling, 40 hours. It is the exact amount of time required to drain your creative energy, but just enough to keep you physically alive to do it all again next week. They do not want you dead. They just want you exhausted. Because an exhausted mind cannot plan an escape. An exhausted mind only looks for comfort. And this brings us to the weekend. You think Saturday and Sunday belong to you? They do not. The weekend is the most profitable part of the trap. Why do you spend money you do not have, on things you do not need, on a Saturday night? Why the expensive dinners? The premium drinks? The impulsive online shopping? You are not buying pleasure. You are buying anesthesia. You are trying to numb the psychological pain of the upcoming Monday. The system extracts your energy during the week. And then, it extracts your money on the weekend by selling you the cure to the pain they caused. It is a closed loop, a perfect, self-sustaining machine. And you are the fuel. Think about it logically. When you plug an appliance into the wall, does the wall care about the appliance? No. It just extracts what it needs. On Monday morning, you are plugging yourself into a machine that does not know your name. It does not care about your dreams. It only knows that it needs a steady flow of human energy to keep the stock prices high. You are the battery. And Monday is the day they flip the switch. The dread you feel in your stomach, it is not laziness. It is your soul screaming. Because it knows it is being consumed for a fraction of its true value. And the architects are laughing. Because they did not just build the cage. They manipulated your exhaustion so perfectly that you actually pay to keep the cage locked. Have you ever noticed the silence in the elevator on a Monday morning? Look at the faces around you. No one is speaking. No one is truly smiling. They are all preparing for the exact same ritual, the identity erase. Before you walk through those glass doors, you have to leave yourself outside. The things you love, the things you hate, your true personality. None of it is allowed inside the machine. You have to put on the mask. You have to smile at people you do not trust. You have to laugh at jokes that are not funny. You have to pretend that the metrics on a screen actually matter to your soul. Psychologists call this emotional labor. But let us call it what it really is. It is a micro-trauma. Every single time you suppress your true nature to fit into their mold, you are fracturing your own mind. You do this 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, for 40 years. Eventually, the mask eats the face. Until one day, you look in the mirror, and you cannot remember who you were before you were hired. This is exactly why you are so completely exhausted by 5 in the afternoon. You are not physically tired. You have been sitting in a comfortable chair all day. You are spiritually drained from holding up a fake version of yourself, and the system knows how painful this is. It knows you are suffering. So, it provides you with the cure, the dopamine leash. Why do you think the coffee breaks are so important? Why do you crave sugar at 3 in the afternoon? Why do you mindlessly scroll through your phone the second you get a moment alone? You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are in survival mode. You are desperately searching for tiny, artificial hits of dopamine just to endure the unnatural environment they forced you into. The system feeds you just enough cheap pleasure to stop your brain from going insane. The junk food, the streaming algorithms, the Friday night drinks. These are not rewards for your hard work. They are life support. They keep the battery from dying completely before Friday. The system wants you addicted to these tiny comforts, because a human being addicted to comfort will never risk their salary to find their freedom. The leash is invisible, but it is always around your neck. Look at the older people in your office. Look at their eyes. They have been doing this for 20, 30 years. They are not waiting for a promotion anymore. They are just waiting for it to end. And if you do not change your trajectory right now, that is your exact future. The system relies on your assumption that this cycle is permanent. It convinced you that the pain of Monday is simply the mandatory price of being an adult. That is the greatest lie ever sold to humanity. Monday is not your enemy. The calendar is not your enemy. Your enemy is the silent agreement you made to rent out your consciousness for a fraction of its true value. But here is the most terrifying truth of all. The door is not locked. Look around you. There are no guards. There is no physical force keeping you in that chair. The only thing keeping you inside the cage is the monthly deposit. It is a bribe, paid to you, so you ignore your own potential. I am not telling you to walk in tomorrow and quit. That is what a fool would do. I am telling you to wake up. Stop letting Sunday night be a funeral for your freedom. Start using your weekend not as a recovery room, but as an escape tunnel. While you are trapped inside their machine, you must start building your own. Use their money to fund your exit. Because if you do not, you will spend the next 40 years running on a wheel, just to keep their lights on. Next Monday, when the alarm rings in the dark, do not complain. You chose to be there. The cage has always been unlocked. You just forgot how to open the door.